up on the bench today is a 50cc semi-automatic electric start and kickstart 4 gears pit bike. Now that, in the last video I just made with my mate, we pulled off the engine in this, fully stripped it so all the parts are everywhere. But now I'm going to show you how to adjust a time chain. So enjoy. What you're going to need during this video is a 8, 10, 12 and a small 3/8 I think it is to a coil, I don't know, something like that. So yeah, one of those switchovers, or unless you just got the right fitting, but you're going to need an 8, 10 and 12 for this. First off, get your 8mm and start undoing all the 8mm bolts. It's hard to do this one-handed. So there's one per side. There's one here. Was one here. One here. That one has nothing to do with it. Oh, no, yes it does. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 for this part. Just to mention, you can pull this off, and this one will give you access to turn the motor over, and this one will give you access to see top dead center on here. But problem is this is plastic and it strips out really easy, so I just find it easiest just undoing all these bolts and then taking off the magneto. One thing worth noting, if you do take this plastic cover off, pull it off, you'll have to shine a torch in here and see it has a T mark, and that should line up directly with that hole. And then you pull this cover off next. This one requires a 10mm bolt to the back of the motor in the middle, just here. So that's a 10mm and that controls that. So let me get finished taking this bolt out and show you what I mean. I can show you right now actually. So this moves now that I loosened it. So I'll loosen it the rest of the way and show you what I'm talking about. Some oil will come out while doing this, because this bit of the engine does get oil. But as you can see, the marking should be like that, directly diagonal of the motor. Usually there's a marking around the piston. I don't know if that's a gasket, yeah. So that's a gasket. Ooh. There's no mark on this one. But usually there's a mark straight dead center, and that tells you where the motor needs to be marked, and it's about there, which is perfect timing. Now if this is wrong, unbolt it, pull it back, and then move it a couple. So it's fairly easy. You just unbolt this, it comes off there. You can get a magnet like this, just stick it on, pull, and it should pop off. If not, just use a screwdriver, don't be worried. And then move it a couple, so pull it out, put it back, move a couple links, and yeah, that's how you get your engine to top dead center. Now the process of reassembly is the same thing. First you're going to want to put this back in. Make sure you tighten this bolt up until it gets to a point where it feels like it's pretty good. So usually just holding it here and getting it as tight as possible that way, instead of going all the way out and then you'll strip something. So that's my tip. And then this cover next goes on, clip it on. Now another tip I've got is that these two, one goes this side, one goes in this side, and then the other one goes in here, and it's leaking oil, so make sure, this must be a fairly low bolt, so you're going to make sure it's fully tightened. And then the longer one goes here, because there's got all different types of spec. So that one's got longer threads, more of that bit. So I remember this bit goes here, and that goes up here. You tighten them. Alright, so that is how you properly check the timing. Now I'm going to show you the valve clearance part right. Alright, so now I've unscrewed this cap, so this just screws in and out. I've unscrewed it. Now there should be a little bit of play, but not much. Now when I first got this bike in that, well, this motor in that bike, there wasn't any exhaust valve. So the exhaust valve wasn't even working properly, and it was running so bad. Like, I thought it was a carb problem. Then I pulled off this cap. Yeah, it was the intake cap. I pulled off the intake cap, and it's not properly in. So this would make an engine run like shit if the valve timing slash valve clearances are not right. Now the way to check that would be, we have a tool here in the shed. It's one of these, a feeler gauge. Now what a feeler gauge is, this isn't a brand deal by the way, this is just to show you. So feeler gauge. Now the right specification for this motor is 10 thousandths or 10 mils. No. So where is it? When I find it, I'll get back to you. So this is the right one to fit between your valves. So you want this to fit and it to be semi-tight. So this is a 10 mil. What you're going to want to do, there's no light, but you want to get this behind it, and mine slides in there good. Can't really see. But what I've done is tucked it under, and it is tight now. So that is the right tightness for this valve. Now I won't do the exhaust one because I know they're good because I checked them before when I first got the motor. So that's it for this video. Hope you got something out of it. I'll see you later.